Welcome to Creative Spaces Podcast with Guy Zwick, Chief Creative Officer of Highway 85 Creative. In each episode, we will discuss creative ways to define your space and build your brand.
We haven't really talked too much about corporate environments or retail environments, and Highway 85's mantra, this positioning line, which is very, very true to the heart of what you guys are all about, is you help clients define their space. And a lot of times that's exhibits and trade show booths, but sometimes, and more these days, that's helping them figure out what the inside of their store looks like. It could be a very high-end, high-profile golf club manufacturer launch like PXG, and you sort of help brainstorm the entire look and feel of that facility, to a 20-person creative agency who just wants to infuse a bit more energy into their brand. You guys are building a bit of a reputation of being very, very talented in that corporate or environmental display area. So give me some lessons learned. Talk to me about some of the things that a business owner could do.
Let's turn sideways and come back to it, because that's the way I like to do it with you.
Alrighty then, go ahead.
Let's talk. Can we talk real quick on the retail space? Retail spaces.
Let's go retail spaces. Yeah.
Only because I'm fascinated by what's going to happen and want to be ahead of the curve as much as possible. So, trying to keep my head close to the ground and my eyes wide open. But retail is going to change, but it's not going to die. So how is it going to be different? How do we change the model of retail as we know it now, especially malls and things? The kiosk in the middle are disappearing and the stores are disappearing. I think there has to be much more of an experience, true experience in those spaces than there was prior. And I mean, before it is, you put a graphic up, you get all this merchandise out. You got to do more. There's got to be more of a grab at every retail location. Whether it's other activities to do, it's got to be more hip. It's got to have more casual areas to it. If you're selling T-shirts, there's got to be something else. There's got to be another window. So one, it's a window into the soul. I think it has to have just a lot more life to it than they currently do.
Right. I mean, when we grew up, right,
you might have a coffee. You might now, if you want to sell Gap, you might now also sell coffee or tea.
Yeah.
It's a part of your Gap.
Yeah.
I mean, as a big company, I don't know that something like that has got to change.
You're not going anywhere anymore just to buy a hat, a baseball cap for the Red Sox. You're going somewhere where it's an experience, where it's fun to go there and hang out and try new things and see the games going on and maybe have a little energy drink, blah, blah, blah. But so you're talking about more of an immersive experience. So yes, retail, as we used to know it, is not there anymore. I mean, Stride Right, they're popular for like kids' shoes, right? And we bought Stella, her shoes. But they're closing down a lot of their retail shops and doing more online stuff. But the ones that they're keeping, as I'm told, they're trying to do more with it. It's more immersive. It's more of an experience, right? So that's in your mind when you have a project. It's what can we do to showcase the brand, but give the consumer a little bit more.
It's a scary place, but it's not going away. So I mean, what businesses might be merging together to sell, mutually selling and creating a whole environment that invites people to hang out. If you're going to go buy something, I'm trying to picture myself going to, go shopping with the family, and you're going to sit in these stores. Listen, you just got to be a lot more going on, or else you just get on Amazon and just buy it and be done, and we just can all go out and see a movie or something. Who wants to, you know what I mean?
I'm with you.
Take the family and do something more fun.
That's a really good point.
Now, if you're going there and there's other things to engage, the whole group of you, then all of a sudden it's cool to go hit the mall and go look for that new watch and spend 3 hours there. I mean, now I'll just go buy my new watch.
Right. Well, to that point,
in the evening,
when you created, when you were part of launching the PXG retail experience, and I just read something today that as a review online about how the average person spends like 90 minutes to 2 hours there, just browsing, hitting, getting measured, and that's what you're talking about, right? It's sort of a let's put the consumer first and foremost. What can we do to make them happy and leave them, when they leave, they have a memorable will have had a memorable experience
Yep.
with a brand. So that's on the retail side, right? Let's just
The
say
corporate side?
Yeah, sometimes
yeah,
there's corporate
so
lobbies. Like, what are some of the things you look at?
Here's the
right
difference.
away?
First thing is it's back to the social media having such a huge impact in the technology, and that is that we all have got to, and we've been doing it lately, is show a window into your soul, the soul of the company, the people. Hiding. If you just hide behind the doors now, it doesn't work because everybody's out. You can get on Facebook and you can be on Instagram, be in all these locations. So, you have not only is it inspiring to the team to have workspaces that are cool and energetic and have the right energy for whatever you're doing, and if safety is your push in a big factory, you should put a lot of effort into that environment from that standpoint. But it's really now you can't hide, so you got to start paying attention to that, even from a marketing sales side of it,
Right.
let alone just feel good kind of feel. But that's the other part of it is inspiring your own workers and your own employees.
Right. Who wants to work at a place where it's just boring boring and beige, right?
A lot of people spend more time at work than they do at home with their families.
Right.
Waking hours are their equal for some people. So you don't want to go sit in a crappy cubicle and the only spot that's nice is the lobby.
Right.
And one conference room. No, you want to inspire the whole team, the hallways, the lunchroom, the parking, so people feel like they're coming to a cool place to work, and then it just, exponentially it goes down the line. It just translates all the way to the end game, which is the sale and making money.
Right. But so of course, but this is at your company. You're in business to make money. Okay, you want to help people along the way, but you have to make a profit. Otherwise, it's not a business. Now, but you're talking about environmental, basically this holistic approach. Okay, so you have a nice corporate lobby, great, and you have a nice little conference room. But what about the pathway to the bathroom? What about the murals? It's a very holistic approach at infusing that maybe boring, staid place into a place where you want to hang out. On the smaller side of things, you've done some rebranding for some companies, and have you had any recent projects that you can talk about?
Yes, we're working currently a local air conditioning, what we would think of as just a maintenance and repair air conditioning company.
Right.
And they do a decent job they got the Penguin, they do a decent job of marketing.
Right.
Now they are trying to reinvent the model as for that industry, and I've been so excited to be working with them the last 6 months on it, and now we're starting to install and finish this. Is they're building a showroom and a building right on the freeway solely because people don't know really what's involved in all the future of connecting your whole home. For them, they're more than an air conditioning company. They end up putting in wine, cooled wine cellars. There's a whole trend of doing garages, and guys like us have our normal garage, and all of a sudden we want to turn it into a half man cave / park our cars in there, watch Sunday football. Right. But we need some AC on there, and you want to show the ducking and maybe wrap it in your Broncos colors or your Green Bay. That's stuff that they're doing. And, the whole controls of the home and the energy efficiency thing, everybody kind of talks about it. So I did it. I was one of these people. I had a, AC unit go out. I hauled to find the cheapest possible around. I chose the cheapest one, figuring, I'm still getting a big brand name unit on it. And I put it in and I moved on. And I've since learned that was a really poor choice, that I had a lot of more choices. I ended up not buying the unit that went for these old controls that I had. So I had problems with it when the heat came around that next year. And so he's building a showroom, Kevin Howard of Howard Air, solely to educate people and to show them all the possibilities that are out there. And that's just not a model in that industry. You just don't make a showroom. But we're also making it a fun, cool environment to be at. So
Is it
there's
the
a
headquarters?
Bar,
Is
there's
it
a bar
I'm not
area.
kidding.
There's going to be special events. There's an antique car shop next door. So listen to this. Yeah. So that has events. So they're going to partner with that. They have a giant 3-acre parking lot in the back. So we're going to have some antique junk in the trunk type events, and turn it into a much more like an event area. It's right off of I-17, so there's 250,000 drivers going up and down.
Was it open to the public kind of place, or what?
It's open to the public.
So when they breaking ground on this thing?
It's already we're already putting the interior stuff in. And,
Oh, wow.
So
You're going to take some photos, yes, or how?
we'll take a ton of photos, but it's also an experience when you come in there. So it's not only educational. So there's garages.
Right.
The original car that his dad started the Howard Air in, the old truck, is actually in a garage. So when you're inside, you're looking at garages with environments. So the selling is, it's like live. All the training they do for their training people is a part of is on the roofs of these garages and in the interior. There's portable units going around.
Oh, that's really cool.
To not only train staff, but to educate the buyers and the end users of all this stuff. Yeah, it's really cool. And they do a lot of commercial work, and they make their own HVAC and do other things. So they can sell to that, and they can educate. But I'm sure you'd be the same way. You got that $8,000, $6,000 bill coming because your AC unit goes down, and all you start thinking is dollar signs and how to do this cheap. And I didn't even know all the stuff that's out there these days.
But this is when will
shutting little vacs in all your rooms. I mean, some of these expensive modern homes have it, but you don't realize you could have it in your
when Howard
your house
when this
now.
project
Sorry.
is done. No, but when this project is there going to be like an event, like a kickoff event
Yes.
or a launch event for it?
Yes.
Thank you for listening to Creative Spaces Podcast. For more information about Highway 85 Creative, visit us at highway85creative.com.